the product director for Jayco for all J-Feather product. And today I'm excited to introduce to you for the very first time a new series under the J-Feather line of products, which is our Feather SL brand. The Feather SL was designed to bring a more affordable price point to you on a double axle platform. So almost a year ago, we introduced our Air SL platform, which was, the same construction as our regular Airs. It just doesn't have all the bells and whistles. And we know that there's plenty of people out there that they just want a good, reliable camper with construction that they can trust and a warranty that'll back it, but they may not need all the different bells and whistles that, sometimes tends to push the price point up. So that's what we did here with this Feather SL series. The very first floor plan is going to be the 26 BHSL, which I'm standing in front of, and we'll do a full walk around. This is a full living room slide with the double bunks. Here in the very near future, we'll have a rear living floor plan as well, and then we do plan to extend that series to at least 3 floor plans in the very near future. So what we'll do is we'll start here in the front, and I'll talk about all the standard features that you'll find on the outside of the Feather SL, and then we'll work our way to the inside and hit all the inside features. So in the front, what I do want to hit on is the fact that even at this price point, we're still giving you a cover for your LP tanks. Now, these are going to be 2 20-pound LP tanks, but one thing that's a little different is that we're giving you an actual LP gauge. I hear from customers all the time, how do we know how full our tanks are without just guessing? So this was something we introduced into our Feather lineup last year, and we've had really good positive response from our customers. So you just simply lift up the lid, and each tank has a separate gauge to tell you exactly how full those tanks are. Another thing here in the front is our metal rock diamond plate. This is going to help protect damage from your trailer from any sort of road debris when you're pulling this down the road. And then of course our staple, something we're really proud of at Jayco, is that all of our A-frames have an integrated A-frame on our frame there. And what that does is, instead of this A-frame just being welded to the bottom of the chassis, it actually goes through the front plate of the frame, which is the weakest part, and it gives you more welds all the way around that A-frame. And it'll go through and it integrates into the chassis, and then we give more welds too. It'll go through and it hit the Z-rail again. So it's just a really huge safety feature. If you happen to overload your pass-through, you don't have to worry about putting too much pressure on the welds to that A-frame. So let's work our way to the side here. Something that is a staple for our construction on all of our J-Feathers is the fact that we vacuum bond our sidewalls, and we're also double-sided Azdel. So even with our Feather SL series, you're still going to get that laminate vacuum bonded construction double-sided Azdel that you see on all of our Feather products. So something we're really proud of there. Solid steps, another standard feature on our Feather SLs. These are really nice because it's not like a springboard or a diving board. It's really solid when you're getting in and out of the coach. So it's not as wobbly, a little more stable getting in and out. And of course, a nice grab handle here. And then also, in this price point, you usually see steel rims. We wanted to make sure we still gave you that automotive look on the outside. So it's still standard automotive aluminum rims there with self-adjusting electric brakes as well. And then one thing that I was really excited about was that we were also able to implement our metal outside kitchen instead of a wood outside kitchen. This is great because obviously it's outside, it's exposed to the elements. Of course, we have your shower head here with hot and cold. So, there's a chance of, if it's raining, maybe one day you happen to have this open, rain comes through, you weren't expecting it, you don't have to worry about this corroding or damaging your outside kitchen. Of course, a nice little mini fridge to store your drinks. And then also a little added storage here, so this shelf does lift up just for some extra storage there. This also could be a great place to store a griddle or any outside kitchen needs that you may have. Here on the rear, this is going to be ladder prepped. So it has the easy-go ladder prep. You can get the collapsible ladder. It'll lock right into there. And then just like our side walls, we also laminate our rear walls. So that'll be a vacuum bonded double-sided Azdel wall there on the rear. Also, your tail lights are Jayco staple. We always have the white lens in the center. So just like a car, when you're in reverse, that's going to light up white. And then of course, rear view camera prep. For those of you that would like to purchase a rear view camera, you're able to easily install it on your own. So those are the main things that I really wanted to hit on the outside. So let's hop in the inside and talk about some of the key features on the inside of this floor plan. Okay guys, now we're on the inside. Let's hit all the interior features that I'm really excited to go through. Like I mentioned, this is a 26 BHSL, so this is our bunkhouse version. And then we have some new floor plans coming soon. But one thing that I want to start with is here in the bedroom. And so I'll pop in here, and what I'm really excited about is this actually has a residential 60 by 80 queen bed. So this coach is 31 feet 4 inches. So a lot of times with a full living room slide and double over double bunks, you're going to have a short RV queen, but not with this. We were able to implement our 60 by 80 queen beds just like we do on our regular feathers as well. And then something we did implement on this that I really like is down here on the bottom, we have some nice open storage. So you're able to utilize that storage when somebody's maybe sleeping. If there's things below there you want to get access to, but you don't want to wake somebody up in the bed, you can still gain access to everything below there. We will have wardrobes on each side of the bed with a removable shelf, hanging rod, whether you like to fold your clothes or hang your clothes, we're giving you the option on both sides. Of course, a nice nightstand on each end. These will be inverter prep. So if you are doing some boondocking and dry camping and you needed a CPAP, something like that, you do have an inverter prep ran to these receps. You would obviously just have to purchase the inverter. You'll see this unit was spec'd out with the second AC, so 50 amp and second AC is an optional features on this floor plan. So let's hop into the living room here, hit some of the key features. We got a nice entertainment center here. It is TV prepped, so our regular feathers come with a TV. This will be prepped for a TV. You got some good sized storage here. We also made it to where it's fireplace prepped as well. So we have a grommet in here. You would simply remove these doors, remove the middle stile, install the fireplace, run your power through this grommet, and then plug it in right there. So TV prep, fireplace prepped. Standard with the jackknife sofa. I like the jackknife sofa the way that ours is designed because you do get a couple cup holders there, and of course there's some additional storage below. And then for sleeping, you can drop it down and make it a sleeper as well. Not a lot of options on this coach. We'll have upgraded 15K from our standard 13.5, and then of course I mentioned earlier you can go to 50 amp and second AC for some of those warmer climates. But we'll also have tri-fold or theater seating option as well in here. So if you don't want the jackknife and you want theater seats or tri-folds, we do have an option for you there. And then the only other option actually on the Feather SL series will be our Overlander Solar 1. So we'll be prepped for solar, something you could do aftermarket, but we will offer it factory as well. That'll be a 200 watt solar panel, 30 amp charge controller, and then of course the standard inverter prep. And then work over here, we've got our standard dinette with one pedestal leg instead of two to give you extra leg room down there below the dinette table. Splashfinity, this is a fabric that's standard on all of our feathers. In fact, all of our Jayco product that's been stain guard tested, rub guard tested, pet friendly. So we're a big fan of the fabric that we use on all of our furniture. And while we were designing this Feather SL, we know that big windows are really important for us when we're out camping because we want to be in touch with nature. That's why we camp. So we did implement large windows all the way around here in this slide box. Even over here in the kitchen, you'll notice a really long window with a nice metal valance to finish off the mini blinds. Has some really good countertop space in here, and you'll also notice that we have good storage in here too. We have a really big pot and pan drawer. We have a large bank of drawers right there. A nice single basin stainless steel sink, just gives it that good residential feel. And then standard on all of our feathers, we did implement our Envision kitchen appliance package. So this just has a really good residential look to it. This light on the range hood actually is bright. A lot of times range hoods in RVs, they're not very bright, as well as the vent fan actually works really well. You can actually hear it too. So a big fan of that vent fan. And then of course the oven just has a really good look with the glass stovetop cover. It can be utilized as extra countertop space if you're not really using your burners. And then I really like how the knobs on here, if it's on and you have gas running, if somebody hits the gas, it's gonna turn these red, so you can see that the gas is actually on. So it's a good safety feature to notice. Maybe the kids accidentally bump it. You can notice that the gas is on and easily turn it off. And then large 11 cubic foot 12 volt refrigerator. So was really happy that we were able to bring this into our Feather SL lineup at such an affordable price point. most refrigerators in this size and this price point, it's only going to be an 8 cubic foot refrigerator. So nice large refrigerator there. This particular floor plan has a very large pantry. We did add an extra hanging rod in here too, in case you want to utilize this as a closet and not just a pantry, with the removable shelf. So we kind of have it set up so you can choose how you want to utilize this space. And then double over double bunks. Each of these bunks are going to be rated for 600 pounds. Thick 4-inch bunk mats. You know, the last thing we want is grouchy kids when we're camping. We want them to have a good night's sleep. So we give them a good quality, comfortable bunk mat. Of course, a nice little rod or grab handle up here too, to make it easier for the kiddos or maybe even adults that want to hop up there and utilize the top bunk. And then in here, just a really good spacious bathroom. All of our shower bases are going to be reinforced with a nice plywood base below there. I don't want to shake the coach on video, so I'm not going to jump up and down like I usually do. But I would encourage you, if you're on the lot somewhere and you're looking at Jayco product, jump up and down in our shower pan and see how sturdy those are. And that's because we reinforce it with a plywood base and 2x4 vertical studs. And then for some of the other folks that are a little taller, we do give you a skylight to give you some extra headroom in here, and plus, you know, a nice vent fan in here and an extra medicine cabinet for some additional storage, and then of course storage down here below the vanity as well. So really excited how the Feather SL came out. There's a ton of storage. It gives you the good quality construction features that we've come to love with our Feather product at a really affordable price point. So you'll start seeing the 26 BHSL land on dealers' lots here at the beginning of 2026. We expect this to be a really popular floor plan, and like I said, we have another floor plan being introduced in the really near future. So if you have any more questions or want to get more information on the new Feather SL series, please visit us at www.jayco.com. Have a blessed day.